and we know your stance on it, but the viewers don't. Would you marry a Xhosa, a Khoisan, still being a black person, or culturally black? To me,
I wouldn't go as far as Khoi.
Turn the lights down and just put this on. It's right behind you.
Hey yo, what's good? What's happening? Welcome to another episode of the Media Meltdown TMM. Buffet, you know what it is. I'm your host, Benson Strax. Abaziyo, it's the big fish. Egam Jepuda, you host a ghost, ladies and gentlemen. And shout out to everybody who keeps watching, who keeps supporting Buffet. You know what it is. Another jam-packed show. But before we get into that nice stuff, you know where to find us. It's TMM_ZA Buffet. So everything's gonna pop up on the bottom. And I'm never rolling alone. I'm out here with the boys. I'm with the fam. I'm out here with the leader of the Wolf Pack. My boy Wolf. What's good, dog?
What's happening?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Always good to be back here. I was gonna howl. I've been working on my intro, but I've been placed under strict authority not to ever howl on the show again. Yeah. But you never know. It might come up. It might not.
Yeah.
That's it from me for now.
NQ, what's popping? What's happening? This might take a couple of seconds.
That's
the quickest you've ever done it.
Today's the day.
That's a pre-workout working.
It's the pre-workout. I'm cooking on.
Yo, listen, we're on pre-workout on the show. We take it very seriously. We want to make sure that we have all the energy.
And we're even drinking Oros, guys. We're even drinking Oros.
It's a good day. It's a good day. It's a good week. Happy to be here again and really keen to see what we have to chop up today.
Yes, sir. And obviously, you know what it is. The man behind the cam is the boy Big Shad. What's doing, bro?
What up? Big Shad here, not
yes,
the big fish.
Yes, sir.
But anyway, another week. Yeah, we're ready, and give you good content.
It's been a crazy week again of like a whole lot of topics, you know. But Ryan, I you know what?
Do you want me to do it?
Yeah, I want you to do it.
Because I'm white?
Yeah, because you're white.
Okay. And you've already been labeled a racist on our show.
Man.
So I'll say it, okay?
Not ready for the backlash.
But just to reiterate what Benson said, the media is full of stories. We've always battled to find stuff that's going to resonate with our viewers. And we seem to have been pushing a political narrative. We want to try and keep it a little bit
mix it up a bit, yeah.
More relatable stuff people find interesting. Not that politics is not interesting, but I think
the real stuff.
Yeah, we spice it up a little bit.
Yeah.
So today's hot topic.
It's proudly brought
it's
to
a
you.
controversial one. Proudly brought to you by Benson Strax.
That's bullshit.
I've got the WhatsApps to prove it, guys.
I got the receipts.
I got the receipts.
Come on now, boys. Let's not buckle. Let's go into it. Let's dive in.
Today's hot topic is actually a hot question.
Yeah.
Should white men date black women?
Man.
Before we start, I want to ask Benson a question. Why should white men not date black women?
Wait, hold on. Before you go into that, did you see how Benson said, man? Like that was the first time. Like he didn't prepare that question.
He's been preparing this oral
he's
for
taking
2 weeks.
He's taking no accountability.
It's not even that, bro. It's just the thought of what where this topic could go. You know what I mean?
It can go in multiple directions.
Could go haywire. But like to answer your question, no. I don't think white dudes should.
Why? Because we make you guys look bad.
No, first and foremost, it's not fair.
How,
when
cousin?
You guys
How? You know what we got to say. That's all that matters.
But don't forget, I'm also from the waist down.
Yeah.
Don't stereotype me. Not all white guys that got
You're the exception, bro. You are the exception. You are the guy. You are him.
But my reasoning for the no is there's a lot of things, man. There's a lot of things. But I'll go street first. Like the reasons why you shouldn't. Like
he's taking us straight to the hood, guys.
Straight to the hood is because, bruh, like you guys have good credit. Number one, good credit. And also the way you guys articulate yourselves in a relationship as opposed to us.
Yeah, we Casanovas, guys.
Yeah, bro. Like if you getting a white doll, bro. Like I mean, an African chick as a doll. Let me tell you something, bro. You're gonna have a great time, but it's gonna be a roller coaster. It's gonna be a roller coaster.
Let me tell you something about dating white women.
Yeah.
It's also a fucking roller coaster.
Yeah, I think every woman.
Every woman.
But as well, man, just like I think of it from a traditional like aspect. Yeah, is that it's very difficult, bro. Like because with us, there's so many things that come into play. Like for instance, if I had to marry a white woman, right? The question is, when I pass away, will she carry on with the traditions?
Will she do like the when I came to your sister's?
Yeah, or those ceremonies
are
still
those gonna carry on?
Exactly, you know. So from a traditional standpoint, that's my reasoning. And then for the streets, it's just that you guys have better credit, and she's probably with you because her credit's fucked.
Yeah. Look.
No,
me,
I think that actually, I think it works out better because a lot of them want to have like kids with curly hair and like
they want
blue
real
eyes.
Hair. They don't want other wigs.
No, they
Or weaves, sorry, ladies.
They
weaves.
want real hair.
They want light skinned babies. That's the thing. So
Yeah.
it's always like that thing. Like okay, you brought that. You can have kids with good genetics and all that. So I think that cross racial thing is usually favorable.
Yeah.
While looked up upon with our ladies a lot of the time because they're like, yeah, I mean, I'm gonna have the fairest. I mean, skin is still a thing. You know,
Yeah.
we always say that like it's not a thing. But like complexion and
It's a big thing
like,
for
For
stickies,
sure.
yeah.
yeah.
I don't mind
Like-
women of color, but they must be a certain shade of color.
Exactly.
I like, not a strong cup of coffee. I like a little bit more
milk.
milk inside
With
there.
cremora.
Caramel. man.
Cremora, man.
Caramel.
I promise you.
Those exotic ones, bro. They look like they come off the island, my bro.
Yes, sir.
But like it's that thing, man. And I think as well, bro, like it's a little bit unfair, bro. Like when you guys get a black chick, you get the smoking one, right?
Hey,
when
you can't blame us for being able to pull the honeys. Up
but-
your game, cuz.
But this is where the problem comes. When we try pull your guys'
Yeah,
color,
you get the other ones.
Then we just-
But that's because you guys like the ones with big bums.
Nah, that
Right,
sounds
honestly,
like
you know what it
bit.
looks-
That's his problem,
You
bro.
know what it-
He's talk for yourself, Kazi.
But check it,
Me,
you
I'm
know what it
going
feels
for
like?
the top of the tier.
you know what it feels
It's
like?
like we're swapping. You're giving us top notch. We're giving you middle tier.
It's not even swapping. It's like, hey, are you using this one? No, like a shot.
It's
Cheers.
yours.
It's yours. You can have it.
We'll pay you to take
You know,
it.
and I had a big conversation with some of the homies in the hood, man. Like, because we have a friend who is from the hood, still stays in the hood, and growing up, he's a little bit older than me, bro. And he's the first and only guy to bring like or to date a white girl, right? And we were talking about it, and his white girl, bro, back in the day, because it's the hood, you hardly ever see white girls, you know. It was like, yo, she's smoking hot. But then you grow up, and I'm just like, nah. It was one of those.
Up
Are
in
you
the
using?
suburbs, my man. You saw honeys every day.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, so for me back then, it was like, I don't want to be the guy that's like, yeah, she's not
Yeah,
that.
she's average.
She's average.
When you're
you know?
around the prize, you keep quiet.
So that's my thing. It's like I want to find out from you, gents. Like for me with white girls, bro. I don't think I can marry because white girls, when you hook up with them, it feels like they're using you. It's just for that night.
Yeah.
It's just for that night.
They
Her
want to
dad's-
see what everyone's been talking about. down
She'll
there.
never take you home, though. She'll
No,
never take you home.
Unless
It's a big
it's
story.
one of those like
Yeah,
families like my family that's
Yeah,
open
yeah.
to that type of thing. you know?
I've had a different experience, bro.
Okay,
I
what's your
was-
experience?
But you went to
Huh?
Afrikaans school, you don't count, because you
Yeah,
only
but-
dated white girls at school.
Yeah, but also like not every white girl is European, is Afrikaans. Some of them
Yeah,
are
yeah.
European, and they make it very like known that listen,
I'm
I'm
European.
English.
I know,
I'm
yeah.
English. I'm not. You know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've had instances where, but it's very different to us. Like
Yeah.
A white honey will take you to her place. Okay.
Not her parents' place.
Like-
but that's what I also like find very tricky. Like, and it's a thing for us black people. We always like, hey, bruh, like we're 15, 17. At 15, you were allowed to bring your girlfriend home.
Yeah, but you had to leave the door open. You
Also-
could go and watch. I always used to tell my dad when I got a bit older, Dad, why? When it was bedtime, the door must be open. But if we're watching a movie, DVD, I can close the door. Let me tell you, when it's sleep time, we're sleeping. When it's DVD time, we're knocking. That's the time you should leave the door open, not when it's bedtime.
But like where you guys at like with the interracial dating, you know, like just like
So for me, look, I got no problem dating outside the color barrier.
yeah.
I've never had the opportunity to have a girlfriend outside the color barrier.
Yes, watch the African ladies on the comments
Hey,
tuning in.
You want your first taste?
What happened to
deck,
us?
baby.
What happened to us?
But for me, cultural,
Yeah.
same. Because number one, I don't believe in lobola. To me, I'm purchasing someone from you.
feels like that.
If you're looking, look, I understand the dynamics and the cultural value in lobola. But if you're looking at lobola on the outside, it's like I'm paying her dad to let me take her away from him. He must pay me. I'm going to look after her now, bro.
He
I'm
must
saving
pay you.
money, cuzzy.
Hey, actually, you know, we might have to amend some rules here, bruh. Because I like that. I like that.
Check. You're a modern day. Okay, now you're going to guys, the ballers 1986 days, bro. No more the
No,
for me.
I would still have to. I'd still have to respect, bro, because I'm raising a son as well. You know what I mean? Like, so for me, that's like, look, if I didn't have a laity, I think I wouldn't be working as hard. I think I wouldn't respect. Well, I think from the outside looking in, you think, this one doesn't give a. You know what? I think because I've got a laity, I've got to keep that. Look, this is
also,
who you are. This is where you're
as
from.
a single dad with a father, with a child,
Yeah.
you also, when you're dating, you have to think, shit, is this woman actually
100%.
going to be stepmom material? You know, that type of thing. So a whole lot of those aspects play a role. But again, coming to the cultural thing, and I'm bringing this up because we've had this situation recently, and we've spoken about it. We're not going to mention names and victims. Not victims, volunteers. That's a better word. She volunteered. She wasn't a victim. Now, as a black Zulu, and we know your stance on it, but the viewers don't, would you marry a Xhosa, a Khoisan, still being a black person, or culturally black? To me,
I wouldn't go as far as Khoi.
Yeah.
Why I say that? No, it's because for real. It's because I feel like Xhosas, Swatis, Sutus. I think it's the same choice assorted box.
No, it's
just a
Guni
different
tribe.
slot.
Guni tribe. Still the same tribe.
Yeah, you
It's
know what I mean. But I think
same
outside,
umbrella.
outside of that, then I start thinking, look, man, I've got to keep the family tradition going. I need to be with someone that's going to be
Because
able
I would assume,
to respect that.
as a European,
Yeah.
or a Nomlungu, whatever,
Gone.
one of those, you know, I would assume that taking all that into account, that's probably why you're single.
Yeah, bruh. Look, I'm gonna start looking into that now.
Yeah, maybe you should start dating white girls.
I don't know, bruh. Like I watch too much ID Extra, bruh, and every time there's like a murder, bruh, and it's always like a white chick poisoning the dude because of money or infidelity. I'm scared, bruh.
Yeah,
I feel like
and let's be honest,
yeah.
black men are synonymous for being unfaithful.
I think all men are.
Yes, you are 100% correct.
Yeah.
But us white guys, we're good at lying.
You guys are brilliant. You'll even
Yeah.
pay for the lie.
You
Just
check.
keep you quiet.
Yeah.
Nah, it's because we just like, hey, bro, we pay
It
the
is
bills.
what it
At the
is,
end
my
of the day, it's either you're here or you're pausing. Where you want to go? I'll take your cows now. Or what do you want to do? You want to stay or you want to buy?
So
You know?
who do you always reckon is the better cheater? African men or Caucasian men?
No,
And in the
Caucasian men,
comments-
100%.
And in the comments, you let us know who you think the better cheater is.
Well, not better, because I mean, cheating's cheating.
Cheating, yeah. Who's better at?
Who's better at, or who cheats the most?
Guys, think about this. How many times have you heard of like a Caucasian person having like another family in another state? Like a whole
yeah, no.
family.
That doesn't
This
happen,
guy's got 2 medical aids, bro. He's got
Bro.
2 stockpiles, bro.
You say that. Funny thing, I was in school with one of my good friends, and we've been out of school now 20 years. This is our 21st year. And 3 years ago, a couple of months after his dad passed away, and his dad was a professor at one of the universities, Mangosuthu Buthelezi, he was a professor there.
I think Mangosuthu Buthelezi is I think the varsity is named after him.
Oh, well, it was. I'm not saying he's Mangosuthu Buthelezi.
No.
I'm saying he worked there.
Oh, he works there.
Yes,
The
and
dude.
he did. He's
Okay.
dead now.
Okay.
But
Mangosuthu Buthelezi, he never worked at Mangosuthu.
no, that's what I said. He worked at Mangosuthu Buthelezi University.
Yeah, he's
as a
Caucasian, bro. He
professor.
says a whole
No,
word.
yeah.
Unlike us.
Oh,
We
sorry.
said mango. We're going to mango. As we say
Yeah, you
mango.
check. I don't know
You
the
know?
hood slang. I'm
Exactly.
sorry.
No, you guys
well
are-
done for that. We probably didn't know the whole thing.
And
so
my pronunciation
educate.
was fucking spot on.
That pre-workout
But
is
anyway-
pumping in the blood system.
Now, we in our late 30s, and
Yeah.
his dad passes away, and his brother that he's never met, didn't know existed, came to the funeral with the other wife. And he found out he's got a brother and a stepmom that he knew nothing about.
That's
But
crazy.
his mom and dad were still married.
Yeah, that's a double life, right?
Yeah, that's a black man's double life, cuz
Yeah.
white men we struggle under stress, bro. One woman gives you too many headaches. Now you got two. Yo, when are you coming home? Why are you always out?
Yeah.
And you can't say, I'm with my real family.
It's because you know what? I think Caucasian men, and I'll retract this after some review, but I think you guys are a lot more like accommodating. You know, like
Scared.
for like us, we like say it's my way or the highway. You got what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Damuni's house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Also,
so it's
us
like-
Vitos, me personally,
Liberal.
when I've ever cheated before, it's always been for the end goal,
Yeah.
to get laid. Nothing romantic. I didn't want to chit chat for weeks and stuff like that.
Yeah, WhatsApp's
Wham bam,
annoying.
thank you, ma'am. On your way. You know, your Uber's outside. I think black males, and correct me if I'm wrong, when they cheat, they kind of looking for the whole package.
Nah.
You know what? I
And
think
don't
all
speak
men are
from
this.
your own personal preference. We generalizing now.
Look, I personally feel like with any dude, like even black dudes, bro, like we're the worst at that. Like I think every dude who's in that situation wants to.
Kazi, I see you guys walking with holding the other chick's handbag.
Yeah, those I don't understand
I
that.
see
that's
those
teased.
guys, bro.
I don't
I
understand
don't
that's
get
teased where
that.
you've got the chick's handbag. I've never gotten it.
No, you know
Don't
what I
get it.
think that is? I think that's more of a thing of besides the guys who actually do it out of like general like I
genuine
want to,
care, yeah.
I think it's more of an advertising thing. Like dudes, I just came out the crib.
That's my hunt.
Because also when you carry the handbag, it's never when you like dress correct. It's always you're in a bed and she's looking fine,
And
bro.
you're going straight
You
to
know?
the gully.
You know, you're coming to and from the gully.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
it's a
yeah.
transaction to say the O's. Look at my trophy. I'm going to gala. You O's on shirts.
Ah,
That's
no,
basically what it is.
The only time I've ever held a handbag is when I'm standing outside the shop and I don't want to go do shopping with the missus.
Yeah.
Like, that's you won't catch me carrying a handbag in the streets.
He's still
bro.
carrying it because
No, I'm holding it.
You're holding
Carrying
it.
it, you got to
Yeah,
walk
you gotta
around.
walk, yeah.
I'm standing in one spot.
Okay,
right?
so technically they give you the bag while you're stationary,
Yes.
and then they come
Yeah.
back, and you're in the same spot. You don't move.
Correct, my bro.
You don't
correct.
move.
So you're holding, you're not
Yeah,
moving.
He
that's
stays
it.
in one spot. He says, "I'm here. You
I'm
give
not
it
a
to me
cash
here.
and transit
you collect it
vehicle.
here."
Yeah.
I'm not a
Yeah.
cash and transit vehicle. Oh, that's brilliant. But in the comment section, guys, look, tell us who's better at cheating, black men or white men? Who is better at it? By better at it, who gets caught the least?
Before you carry on, I know you were about
Yeah,
to
yeah,
jump into the next topic.
Yeah.
I think while we on the topic of cheating, we should skip the next topic and go to the one afterwards because it's about cheating.
Yeah, 100%.
We stay on the cheating, then we get into the other stuff.
Yeah. So I think the best thing we can do to enter that is not even explain too
Play
much.
the
Just
video first.
play the video for the people.
Before we go into that, I just got, I know, very delayed, but you know when he said that you should go maybe look into dating white women. So at some point I was so single that like my friend's mother, Danny Monique, she's like my parents as well. Like we grew up together. Some point I was so single, she's like, you know what, maybe, and she's saying this in Afrikaans. You know
Please
what?
say it in
Say
Afrikaans.
it in Afrikaans.
Please say it in Afrikaans.
Please, come
Listen
on.
to this black guy speak Afrikaans. Please say it.
She's like, luister Nomba, dalk moet jy dalk is dit net die tipe vroumense wat jy saam is. Jy weet, dalk moet jy 'n klein bietjie saam die wit meisies gaan. ek weet hulle sal graad saam wil wees. So she's like,
Translate,
maybe,
bruh.
I'm
for
gonna
Benson
translate.
quickly.
She's like,
Translate. I'm so lost.
so she's like, you know what? Maybe the problem is not you. Maybe you just need to change the woman that you're dating. Maybe you need to try dating white women. They'll take, bro. You know when they start compromising, they're like, no, bro, come on.
I think
You need
she
to-
was just a single, bro.
Yeah, bro. She was like, nah, I need to change it up. So you know what? And just to
And
close
did
that
you?
off, no, I've been, but
I know,
obviously
huh?
I keep it respectful. I'm not going to tell her all my escapades. But I think that just closing off that subject, I think it's a good experience for black guys to date white women, for white women to date black guys. And just to cross-racially date, I don't know about settling down altogether, but I think that there's a lot of value that we learn from each other because there's in our cultures, like we all have like benefits, you know, like things that are admirable
like we
about
gave
our
you guys
character.
Christmas and Easter.
Yeah, and
Fuck, I don't
and
give a
like,
shit about Christmas.
yeah, bro. Like black guys
Telling
can
him about
dance
Christmas.
and have rhythm,
Hey,
you know.
I can dance.
Nah,
Yeah.
in the
Not
eyes
very
of a
good,
black-
but I
in the eyes
can.
of a black man, it's like
Yeah.
looks like you're twitching. Don't
I
you?
We'll-
can dance,
Epileptic
but
fit.
it's not very good though.
We'll
It's just
clap
like
for
my
you.
singing.
Yeah,
We'll
but-
clap for you though.
But
But,
look, like,
I think it's a
out
good
of all
thing.
my white bras, you definitely the one that can move. I'll tell you that for sure.
That's
You're
because
all
I've been
terrible.
jolling for the last 30 years.
You all
bro.
yeah, you can see there's a little bit of experience there. But look, man, just because we're still on that topic of cheating, bro, like this video to me is very sad. So let's just play it for the people.
Okay, here we go, guys.
How long was your last relationship?
3 months, bro. My last relationship ended terribly. And this is the whole point of this interview. I would like the world to know and understand that I was in a relationship. I love this girl. I was so into her, man. I would have done anything for this girl, and she knows it. The sad thing was, I remember I had a seizure, passed out. Like, I woke up. I don't know what caused this or what happened. I remember 3 cops are surrounding me, and I started going nuts. And I tried to understand exactly what's going on. And I remember my girlfriend was just screaming, "I love you," constantly. And then next thing you know, I woke up in the hospital. And I don't know why. They released me, they discharged me. I came back home to her place because I was basically living with her. And I find this girl with her ex the same night I had a seizure, the same night I went to her place, and they were fucking. And seeing that made me realize that this is what the world's capable of. That destroyed me, bro. And it still fucked me up. And, you know, that's life. People are going through worse. Free Palestine. I just think that there are life problems here that are more psychological than it is a physical. And it can become physical if it's really deep to that person and they're hurt.
And how long ago did that occur?
That happened a year and 3 months ago, exactly.
Looking back on it now, how did that wreck and change your mental, give you an awakening to who you are today?
I would say that I've become more of a man to understand that this is pain that you gotta embrace. If you don't embrace this, you are going to crush your future. You'll become someone that hates women when you shouldn't. You should love them, respect them, and cherish them. But I think that I would never find myself ever getting with someone that's showing me any sorts of patterns from the past.
Crazy.
Yeah. That was a hard watch. That was a hard watch.
Moment of silence for that.
Yeah,
Jeez.
man.
Oh, that hit hard.
Yo,
eh?
Chad. So
Jeez.
after like watching and hearing that, bro.
FYI, he's not white. He's Latino.
Look, first and foremost, the two things for me there is how evil that woman is. That's insane, bro. Your dude's just had a seizure, bro. Seizures are serious, man. To be going home and smashing your ex, bro. Like, what are you doing? What's your first reaction? What are you pulling out a pistol or what's happening?
He just came from hospital, man. Not got a pistol on
Yeah,
him, bro.
where you at with that, Chad? If you coming through and that's happening.
It's an evil world we live in. Nah, dude. Fuck you up. What can you do?
So who you boxing? The dude, obviously.
Oh, bro, I don't know. It's a tricky one because, I mean, maybe she didn't love you from the start. I don't know. It's hard to say. I don't know. I find like sometimes girls or something maybe don't say the truth or what they want.
They use love too loosely.
Yeah,
word
like
love.
I feel like they don't. Some don't communicate properly and don't actually say how they feel or what they mean or anything like that. I don't know. That's my personal
They
experience.
expect us to be
Yeah.
mind readers.
Yeah, yeah, it's hard unless you communicate. Then yeah, bro. I don't know.
Yeah,
Shit one.
it's very deep, like, dude, like, and I think, bro, it's becoming even more of a fashion, bro. Like, I was also out not so long ago. You know who you are. I saw you, and you know who you dating. You know what I mean? Like that type of thing. But like, I think that mental, like when he asked that question about how it wrecked his mental state, like I don't think chicks understand like the dynamics of a man. Like men do want to get married, men do want to settle down and have a family, men actually do love, you know what I mean? And I think for them it's just like until you propose, I'm not taking you seriously, you know? Because if I'm dying in hospital and she's with her ex, bruh,
Why wasn't she even at the hospital? If you
That's
love
my
someone,
thing.
you're gonna jump in the ambo with.
Okay,
the
gents,
guy.
let me just say something. I think that him coming back at that time and finding her that way, that was just a blessing, bro. He got
He
his time
dodged a
back.
bullet,
he dodged the
yeah.
bullet.
Dodged
yeah.
a bullet. I mean,
And
if
it was
that-
only 3 months.
Divorce
And
is expensive, cause I know.
Gents, think about this. If that happened that quickly, this has obviously been happening before that. It's just that he found out at that point. So
You don't just smash once off.
more than anything, I think if you actually see it as, okay, I'm grateful that I saw this. Obviously, as a man, I have things to go through now. I need to work on myself.
Yeah.
But like, it's a blessing that he now from that point he's got his time. He knows exactly what he's working towards. He knows what to expect now. You know, and also you must understand, women also. I'm also just generally speaking that they like. You know, they like what they hear. So also for them, words they don't internalize. Just generally speaking, again,
They see words at
Internal-
face value.
No, yeah. It's like you can't believe everything that a woman says.
Yeah.
Also, you know.
100%.
So
100%.
you have to
Bro,
always
preach.
watch.
Preach.
You have to watch what she does, you know. And I think vice versa for men as well. You have to watch what they do, and as long as you get that right, I think you're on the right path. There's a lot of great women out there.
Yeah.
It's just that getting through the mist is
me-
difficult. So you got to be brave.
My thing is that is just the fact that you're still communicating with someone that's supposed to be in your past, you know, and you with someone else, right? Now, obviously, nowadays it's easy but difficult to kind of find if someone's cheating on you or whatever, because, you know, people can lock their phones, then they can lock their WhatsApp and put it in another app where it looks like there's no WhatsApp, you know?
Can you teach me how to do that?
My man,
No matter how much.
got you. I got you.
No matter how much you get to do that, you'll never be as good as a woman, bro.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
I have female friends that coach me on those things, and that, dude,
They
I
conniving,
disagree.
dude. They
they
conniving.
They're
will
conniving, but
teach
I
me
disagree.
the greatest things. But obviously, it doesn't apply to every woman. It's just like the women on the streets, obviously. You know, there's-
Yeah. I feel like when men cheat, we're dumb about it. We're too stupid. And then, but
We
then
just
when
do it for the sake of doing
when a
it.
girl cheats, I kind of agree with NQ, bro.
planned out.
They can
Look, I
hide
think-
this, hide that.
Bro,
I agree with that
and great
until
for
she
them. It's just finding the right guy, you know.
until she
and
catches
put them
feelings.
in
Yes,
there. Yeah,
she's
and then-
smooth, right? Because look, if a chick says to me, "Yo, look, only phone me at this time. Only phone me at this time." Whether I've caught feelings or not, if I know there's someone in between us, right, I'm not gonna do that. But with her, once she catches feelings or has a fight with this guy, she's phoning you at the time when she said, "Don't phone me." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then that's why I feel like men are better cheaters in that sense. It's just they put us in a position to get caught. One, you know, they put us in that position. Like, I can't be tuning you. I even put a status up, for instance. Movie night, Netflix, you know I can only do that with one person. She'll phone me just because she saw that type of thing. You know what I mean? So I feel like they put us in a position to get caught.
Gents, I won't even lie. I had a talking stage. I was talking to this lovely lady. She just happened to. Okay, let me not get into too many
Yeah, I
details.
was about to say.
But sometime after, obviously she had broken it off with this person that she is, like I think a day prior to that, and then she obviously wanted to have that same like connection, like she's still with someone, you know. It's
Yeah.
like, you know, that
They don't
that
wanna be
monkey
alone.
bra,
Chicks
you
don't
know,
like
that
being
monkey
alone.
bra thing. And she's obviously demanding all these things. I'm like, no, you're not my honey. You know, like things can't change
Ask your
overnight.
boyfriend for shit.
Yeah,
Have
why
some
do they
time.
do that?
Take some time off. You know,
Yeah.
work on yourself.
Find yourself.
Talk to me later. We'll see how it works out if you're in the correct place. But also, you know.
But why
like,
do they do that? Why do they do that? Why
And
do they
then-
want
Because
girlfriend?
they want people to pay their bills, man.
Sorry, they NQ, but like seriously, you made such a brilliant point there, bruh. Why do chicks do that, bro? Like they it's insane, dude. Like
Can I answer that for you?
Yeah, yeah.
I know what you're gonna say. Why do girls have that expectation, even though they know very well?
yeah,
that
you want girlfriend perks. I mean, you want wifey perks, but you're a girlfriend,
You know what it
Not
is
even a
also.
girlfriend.
and you
Talking
don't
stage,
want to do that.
that
The
thing,
girlfriend things or the wife things to
or that naughty thing. that
I think that as gents, the
Frustrating.
important thing is we have to have a way of leading. You know, she won't do that to anyone. Like if she comes with that energy to me, I'm gonna tell her, listen,
Yeah, I'll
this
tell
is
her
where we
straight,
are.
don't talk to me
you
like
know,
that.
when, not even that.
Langa knows, he's
Look,
heard me say that.
You're fail mode. You don't have to be like disrespectful, but you need to be able to tell her, listen, this is where we are. Like I know that you're living in a fantasy right now. Like I can entertain that to a certain point that it's still
Yeah.
healthy, but at a point where there's requirements that I have to step in where I shouldn't be stepping in, that I'm overextending myself, you need to be able to lay those boundaries. You know, so they can also respect that.
Yeah.
Because sometimes without laying those boundaries, it turns sour so quickly because now you're leading it on and you're enabling that instead of saying, no, this is where we stop. And if you want to go further than this, you know, this is your requirements now, because it needs to be a two-way thing.
It's like the
You know?
activities as well, bruh. Like carrying on what you're saying, I feel as well the activities and the leeway that we give honeys, bruh. Like when you're serious about it, like you'll be chilling with the boys. Boy, I'll never let her go on a girl's trip. You know what happens on a girl's trip. Then you with the hand and you whipped. And
What
then all of a
happens
sudden,
on boys' trips, guys? I mean, it's the same.
it's the same. Yeah, it's the same. But I think it's the activities we also don't cut out. Like I personally feel, bruh, like if we're gonna be exclusive, bruh, right? And you my hun and we're working towards settling down, yeah. I just feel like girls' trips, unfortunately, I know a lot of girls are gonna be like, you're insecure, you should have more faith in your person. Bruh, I go out. I've seen girls out on girls' nights out and stuff like that. And you speak to her and she'll tell you, she'll be like, no, I got a dude, but she'll still drop you the number.
2 drinks later,
Yeah.
she's singing a different song.
Singing a different song, lying to the dude, tuning, no, look, hey, I'm gonna go sleep at Samantha's posy.
But you know-
meanwhile, you know,
But the thing is,
activities play a big part.
I think it's because also we're very accepting. I think men also, and I think guys are very feminine in a point where.
What?
Yeah,
A lot of guys.
What?
Yeah,
Listen,
speak for yourself.
and
What?
no. Let me put it this way. Let me just put it this way. And
Yeah,
I'll
better
retract
put it
that.
another
I'll
way.
retract that. Actually, I think that women are able to establish what they want more freely because they know that
It's because
they
all they
know-
do is want. They don't
what-
work for
no,
anything.
No, you know why? Because we praise them to the point where we show them how much value they have, without us establishing how much value that we have. You know, if you
We
don't
have more
understand-
value. We the prize.
I think everyone is. It depends.
We the
on-
prize.
It depends in the situation that you're in. You know, in the relationship. But I think that once you understand the value that you bring to a commitment, you're able to lay down the right boundaries. Yeah. If you don't understand the value that you bring as a man and as a person, and your experiences and your wisdom that you've acquired over 100,000 women.
Yeah.
If you're someone like you guys,
Why's this?
then
My numbers are not that high.
then you won't be able to display that value. I think it's more of like
It's 99,999.
exactly just know
Not
yourself,
100,000.
know yourself, know what you want, and don't be afraid to speak it out. Especially when you think that it won't be received, because it will be so funny to find out the things that you have in common with the person that you're trying to kind of swindle or whatever. Up to being direct is so good.
I disagree with that. I think
Depends who you are.
No, I think women should play the. I think nowadays there's no longer that morale to want to get married. You know, girls now, you know, will have the Zulu wedding or they have the white wedding. it's pictures, bro. Like the other day, I actually saw a Zulu wedding, bro, and I tried to find the groom. You know that carousel that you post on Facebook, bro? When I'm dead serious. I think he was in one picture. You know when they sit under the thing at the Zulu wedding and they're both up on those chairs.
The wedding's for the wife, bro.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, it's the same thing when you take a hun out. And she orders lobster. She's gonna only take pictures of the lobster. She's there for the content and
But
your money.
what-
She's not gonna post the bra paying for the.
You know
lobster.
what it comes down to? It's what kind of honey are you also allowing into
Yeah,
your
you
space?
check. That's
Like,
going
I'm
back to
very
that Tani
selective.
is what that
Exactly.
Tani said. My
Exactly.
problem is I'm attracted to red flags. The more red flags you got, the hungrier I am.
But the crazy thing is,
Wolf's like a bull, bro.
I see red and I'm there, my man. The one is out, bro.
but the thing is, bro, I think when it comes to that, it also just comes to your selection. Like, just because you're a baddie doesn't mean you're disrespectful. Like, personally, I know baddies.
I can be both.
I've had experiences with baddies. But if you have like a strong campus, it's easier for you to connect with them on a real level. You know,
You can be both.
I can
But-
be both. I can be nice to you, or I can be a dick. It also depends on
Not
like
baddie
he
in that
says,
way.
the type I'm
so
talking
true.
about.
So
Right?
true. He's
Right.
either the sweetest person or you
Yeah.
like hide this own now.
Yeah,
Where's
yeah.
anyone watching?
Am I the one who didn't get what he meant by baddie?
I did. I got that part.
Oh, okay.
I'm just reiterating
I
that
hear
I
you.
can be nice
I was about to say
and bad.
You can never be
I
a
can
baddie.
never
You're
be
a
a
dude.
baddie.
You know?
But I mean, in that sense, also, it comes down to the woman you're talking to. You know, if she comes if she's like that quiet, mousy type of girl, librarian,
Dangerous.
Then you got
Dangerous.
Then you got to be articulate. You got to be suave. You got to be calm, collective. But if I'm at the jaw and we've all known I can be a little bit off the handle sometimes when it comes to women.
Yeah, that's a long time ago. That not anymore. Long time ago.
I've become wiser in my age, but like Chad was saying, it boils down to communication. Unfortunately, I struggle with communication. I can tell you what I want.
Yeah.
Don't ask me why I want it.
Yeah,
'Cause
yeah,
then
yeah,
I've got to
yeah.
go into my feelings, and I haven't been there since I was like 7. I don't want to go there, bro, you know?
Talk about catching feelings, bro. Very viral clip that went through Champions League final. Wow. First and foremost, Paris Saint-Germain blew away Inter. But I think out of all the great trending topics that came out of there, the most trending and most hot one is what happened post-match when they had former UFC champion Khabib, you know.
Yeah. So
come and talk to
the
the team.
normal BBC
Yeah.
panel was there.
Yeah.
Mika.
Carragher,
Who's
Jimmy
he again?
Carragher.
Who's he?
He terrible Liverpool player.
Yeah, I was being sarcastic.
Yeah,
I
I
know
know.
he is,
For a
but
second
I
there, I
mean,
was like,
who's
"Oh,
he?
Ryan,
Yeah, yeah.
you're watching soccer with beavers for a long time." But let's play the video so
Yeah.
we don't over-explain it. You know.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah.
Former UFC champion Khabib Nurmagomedov refused to shake Kate Scott's hand after greeting all of her male colleagues during a Champions League TV segment on account of his faith. CBS Sports covered the Champions League final between PSG and Inter Milan with their regular punditry trio of Thierry Henry, Jamie Carragher and Micah Richards and presenter Scott. After Les Parisiens' crushing 5-0 victory, the group were joined at pitch side by popular streamer iShowSpeed and the UFC icon. As the undefeated former fighter made his way over to his group, he embraced each member individually before declining a handshake from Scott as her hand remained awkwardly outstretched. Nurmagomedov then appeared to clarify his refusal to the presenter, previously known as Kate Abdo, prior to her marriage to boxing trainer Malik Scott last year, who subsequently apologized on air.
So with that clip, right? So at first as well, I wasn't really shocked. I knew that Khabib. You know the brothers are Muslim. You can hear the name.
sure.
You know. But for me, it wasn't that particular video for me. You know. It was the reactions. You know, a lot of the reactions came, especially from the women. You know.
From the woman, yeah.
A lot of feminists were saying some wild stuff, to the point where one was actually like questioning why that particular religion does that, you know. But
She even said that, I know what video you're talking about.
yeah.
That chubby white
yeah, we're
auntie.
gonna drop it in a second or two,
Yeah.
you know. But I think just that, bruh, like, it got to me that how feminism is overlooking everything. You know, it's the same thing with like transgenders. We must forget everything and do what they like. You know what I mean? Same thing with feminism. Like, women want respect, right? And then they come out and say some outlandish shit. So for me, first and foremost, Kate Scott apologizing to Khabib, that just shows me that's a woman, that's a wife, you know, that's someone who doesn't take things and puts them all the way up there for no reason. She got it, you know, it happened in the moment. She got it, and I think she was apologizing for putting him in that situation.
Also, if you watched the whole show, like the game, and you saw the build up to this moment, you'll see he walked over to the panel.
Yeah.
So also maybe it was unplanned.
Yes.
So you know, usually as a presenter, you do your research on the person who's coming on your show.
Yeah.
So
I think it was just like impromptu.
She didn't realize who it was until he said, "Listen, I'm sorry, I can't," and she apologized.
Yeah.
And like you say, all the people are saying, chauvinistic, male superiority.
It's crazy.
You know, women want us to respect them, but they won't respect someone's religion.
It's crazy, bro, because as well, like for them, so the whole, from what I hear, and I stand to be corrected, but it's the whole thing that they won't touch someone else's queen, and if they married, there's no reason for them to touch another queen. You know what I mean?
So you, in part, you're correct. So in Islam, you don't call it.
Yeah.
You know, you are a Muslim, but you study Islam or you practice Islam.
Yes.
So in their religion, you only it's disrespectful, number one, because they regard their women very highly.
Yeah, 100%.
That's why they cover their bodies. Only the husband's allowed to see them. I mean, like, you know, if you want to date a Muslim girl, you got to fall in love with her ankles, you know. But that's going off topic. Sorry.
We would like to believe.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
sir.
in Islam, it's considered disrespectful to touch another woman that is one, not your wife or not a family member. So you can hug your mom, your gran, your auntie, your cousin. It's in your family. Your brother's wife, it's family. But for someone you're meeting, it's disrespectful for a man to touch you. Never mind shake your hand. You'll see he'll never put his hand on a woman unless it's his wife or family. That's how deep their religion goes. And for this woman, we're going to play the video shortly, but for this woman to babble on as if he did something wrong or committed a crime,
Feminism.
I'm like, how naive can you be?
100%.
Like, Kate didn't even complain.
And
yes, her hand was extended for a while until Khabib explained, and then she was like, "Oh, I'm sorry." I put her hand down.
And shout out to her for having manners, man.
Yeah, and she handled it well. Because
Very well.
Some women would have fucking fallen off.
They would be on Twitter straight after that production.
For sure,
but play the round lady so the people watching
the round lady, I like that.
so people can actually see what we're talking about. But yeah, bruh, it's crazy.
Felt obliged to apologise for proffering her hand. I don't think she had any need to apologise. And this isn't a criticism of her at all. I just don't like the idea that a woman in that moment, all she is boiled down to is woman, not professional, not broadcaster, not the lead person in that situation, which is what she is. She's a leading broadcaster in that situation. And it was just, I don't shake hands with women. So not only was she excluded by the man not shaking her hand, by him not offering his hand to her, when she then offered her hand to him, she was expected to say sorry.
You see, this, like I said, naivety. Number one, she probably has no idea what Islam is about.
Yeah.
She's saying Kate was just seen as a woman. In their religion, women are higher than men.
Yeah. She was actually being highly respected.
That's a compliment.
Yeah.
To be, like, I don't get people. Maybe she's just talking nonsense to get
No, but you see,
views.
Yeah, but like my thing is, you know, when females, especially in a situation like that, that's not malicious at all. You know what I mean? just for her to say, oh, you know, she was the lead broadcaster. Just because you're the lead broadcaster, whether it's male or female, you respect someone else's religion, right? No matter what. And then the fact that she says, oh, all she boiled down to was woman. She's a woman.
Exactly. What do you want us to call it?
Like exactly. Like that's just in fact it's fortunate, bro, because in this instance that was the highest compliment she could have gotten.
I respect you so much. I can't shake.
Yeah, you gold. You know what I mean? Like I can't just do what I like whenever I like. You know what I mean? So people like her, bro, those are the people that drive narratives that like put a wedge in men and female of this era of or this generation to understand each other, bro, because everything is taken to it's either narcissistic, and they love the word narcissistic.
This round woman, like you say, I bet you she's lesbian.
Yeah.
Either that or a spinster with 12 cats at the pawsy, bro.
You know, and she just made it so hard for
malicious.
She
made it
took
malicious.
She made it so malicious unnecessarily. Look,
and it was an innocent exchange.
Innocent exchange.
A respectful exchange.
Yeah,
actually.
that's
more than
respectful,
anything.
yeah.
That's why I
honored
say
exchange.
big ups to Kate Scott, bro, for she handled it like a champ. She was humble, she was respectful, not because Khabib is a man or up the ladder when it comes to the hierarchy situation. No, she understood as soon as he explained, look, this is just from a religious standpoint, you know? So, yeah, ladies like this, I don't know, man. Like, I just feel like we need to get younger people on podcasts, first and foremost.
Well, wait, I don't know. I might be as old as this woman.
Nah, no ways.
No
way.
she's at least 60 or something.
No
You know what
ways.
I think? I just think that, especially when we have our opinions on like media and all that, we need to also look at like where this was shot. You know, or USA, right?
Yeah, no, this was in Germany, but obviously
Germany.
The broadcasters,
European.
the broadcasters are from the States.
From the States, and most of the media team is from the States.
It's the. Sorry, bro. I'm just
British.
No.
Brits.
The pundits are British, but the show is
Oh,
NBC.
yes,
the show
Exactly.
is NBC, and I'm a big fan of that show.
Exactly. So you must understand with that, and like the perspective of Islam in the USA. It's not. I don't think that just genuinely thinking about it.
100%.
There is that stigma and that unspoken
But this woman
word.
that's talking the most nonsense, she's British, bro.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. I think she's also probably had more of an American, you know, influence in one way or another, or European, so to say, because Europe versus the Middle East and that, you know. So with that perspective, it's not as inclusive. Like we coming from a rainbow nation where we understand, listen, there's different cultures. We respect your culture and your values. And when we see you going out of the way,
I wanted to just make sure that this woman's podcast is British.
British.
It is British.
Yeah, mate. No, you know what, bro? I just think that it's also good to understand where they're coming from, because it's also ignorance, you know, and ignorance usually does come from a point. Ignorance is racism. Ignorance is profiling people according to how they look. The way that they speak and all that, you know. So I just think that it's ignorance, and that's all it is. It's not an opinion that people can really listen and look into.
And bro, like you must if you like I watched the show, right? And so when the show starts, there will always be like a little, when she does her intro, there'll be like a little quirky joke. She'll be like, we've got Thierry Henry, Champions League winner with Barcelona, Jamie Carragher, Champions League winner with Liverpool, and then she'll just tune something about Mika Richards about Micah Richards, and he's a very like bubbly, and they have
He's
a joke.
charismatic, yeah.
And in all the jokes and in all the jabs that happen during the show, and it's not obviously malicious, it's all there for the fun of the show, there is not a single episode that I watched or a single clip that I've seen where she's not respected. Those three gentlemen, and even vice versa, she's got such respect for them, and they've got such respect for her.
And she's a United supporter. Yes.
Yeah. You know, and to think someone like that will come and comment, it tells you that it's either she didn't go do deep enough research with regards to watching prior episodes as to what the structure of the broadcast is. Because if she's talking about her being disrespected or her being undermined, she's got it totally wrong. She works with men all the time, and it's all love, it's all respect. In fact, I think out of all the football shows, that is probably
That's the best.
Yeah, it's the most entertaining.
It's the only one I really watch.
Yeah, you know.
Besides that podcast with Ferdinand, Evra.
Yeah.
You know, where they sit
I
around
know exactly
the
which one
table.
you're talking about. Yeah.
But with this show, and going back to what you were saying about how candid they are and making jokes and stuff, the best is when they interview the players and they've got like one of the old pundits, or, and then they're interviewing, and then Mika will say, "Hey, who's your favorite?" Or who's got the best suit on today? And the guy will be like, "I'm gonna have to go with Terry.
Yeah,
He's dressed the best. You know, Jamie, your suit looks good. Mika, yours is a bit tight."
Yeah, Mika Richards.
He's put on some weight there.
Staunch as well. From staunch to weight.
Just closing on this, we must also understand, especially, I think, even the viewers, when you're looking at media and perspectives and opinion, you need to also understand that controversy sells in media. So we can't believe everything that we hear at face value.
Yeah.
Some of it is just good clicks, you know? It's
That's
good
what I said.
clickbait.
Like, I think she's doing it for clickbait to get you to a page.
So everyone needs to take a pinch of salt
With
all
it.
these things that they hear.
Yeah, no, man. Look, it's great to have a conversation that is about, you know, real things most of the time. But I feel like you guys are right with that one. It was, I think she knew exactly what she was doing. She was there for the clicks, you know. But I think we've got to clock out now, you know. It's been a really, really good one.
Just like Floyd Shivambu.
Yeah, like Floyd Shivambu, I don't think we can get there.
But just know, he's no longer the General Secretary of
the MK.
Yeah, he's still in Parliament.
Mm.
Still gets big bucks, but he's just
bro.
not on that hierarchy.
Yeah.
Now he's one of the laborers.
I wish MK's personal news would stay personal, bruh, because I think they do have something dope coming. You know, the amount of numbers that they got, you know, in such a short space of time.
Just so the viewers know, Langa is pro MK.
Yeah.
Pro Jacob Zuma.
Yeah.
You know?
He made black millionaires, bruh. I just missed that, cause you always tune Zuma must go. I was next to line, bro. Zuma must go. Hey, they let him vibe.
Hey, bro, we went to Nkandla, I won't lie. We are doing landscaping there, so
And by the way, guys, Ryan is who's the guy for the DA?
John Steenhuisen.
He's John Steenhuisen. Very John Steenhuisen pro. What pro Steenhuisen?
I'm actually not pro Steenhuisen specifically. I'm only pro DA because there's no one. No, not because. Look, like I've said.
Just wants free visa to America. That's all.
I don't. You know, I don't want to buy to America.
Yeah, you don't
bro.
have cocky shorts. You don't apply.
Yeah. And I'm too black, bro. You know?
From the waist down.
There we go.
How's this,
I'm 50-50, bro. They won't take me. I'm not a minority, bro.
Yeah, you were.
So, I'm not a Steenhuisen fan per se. I have met him personally. I've worked with him when I used to volunteer at the cancer shave-a-thons and stuff like that. Did make appearances, but this was before he had worked his way up.
Yeah.
To me, if you look at the ANC's memorandum, shit, my bro, I'd vote ANC today if we had elections. But because of their service delivery, it's like, you're just trying to sell me empty hopes, you know?
Yeah, dreams.
The DA on paper as well. Look at Cape Town as well. Cape Town's run well. I just want to see, bro, when Musi Maimane was in charge of the DA, I voted DA. Not because it was a black man or a white man or black auntie. I would actually love to see if we have a female president one day. That's yeah, there would be a lot more therapy sessions for the country. But I mean, like, I would be open to it. I just want to see the next person that's in power actually take control.
Hey, bruh, you know, this is going to be a long conversation.
Pointing fingers here, saying, it was his job,
I think it's deeper than that. It's deeper than rap, because it's like really making those changes means you're going deeper than...
Yeah, it's going to be a lot.
You have to go really, really deep into it. So I think it would take more than one person. I think it would take a lot
I
of...
also think it's more intrigue for me because, number one, we already know we have a bloated cabinet. I'd like to see if the DA, MK, EFF, whoever's the next president in 2029, because 2026 we got local elections,
yeah.
and then 2028, is the next one. So I want to see what the next person is, because whether it's MK, EFF, or DA, they all, and there is documents to back it up, say that our cabinet's too big. But let's see when they get to power, how big their cabinet's going to be.
Bring your prize. That's what it's going to happen.
We're all going to eat, my man.
Bring your prize to the prize.
Hopefully I'll become a millionaire too then.
Ladies and gentlemen, look, man, it's been dope. It's been super interesting. I enjoyed it. We need to have a little bit more pre-workouts for NQ there behind the camera. Chad needs pre-workout, right?
I like
You didn't
Chad's
get a
vibe,
sip. We should have given him some.
Giving him some.
He would have been in front of the camera if we gave him some.
Chad's dead because Chad's bugged
Tired,
up.
long
He's
day.
tired, long day.
Long day.
Yo.
But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we are wrapping up as TMM once again. We appreciate every single one of your clicks, your views, your follows, whether you subscribe on any platform. Please keep doing that. We're trying to reach our 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, so that's our main focus right now. But ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned for the next one. It's going to be a vibe from myself, the Wolf, NQ, and the Big Shad. We say, don't be a hater.
See you later.
Danko.